It's funny how sometimes we react when someone close to us tries something new, like a change in their style. Take your wife, for instance. She decides to switch things up a bit with her wardrobe, and suddenly, you start wondering, what will people think if she goes out dressed like that? It's a bit of a downer, right? Or maybe you're just not a fan of her new fashion choices, and you're stuck in your own comfort zone, not keen on embracing change. So, your wife is attempting to add a little spice to her life, and maybe that's not such a bad thing. It helps keep the relationship from getting stale. But here's the catch: when she tries something new, she might not be perfect at it, and that's when things can go wrong. You either ignore it or say something not so nice, and suddenly, she's wearing the same clothes she bought back in the 70s, and you're thinking, she's really let herself go. But, in reality, it's often a result of what you've allowed her to become. It's brutal to see people do this to each other, destroying any room for experimentation and growth. You might find yourself bored with your partner, but that's likely because you've kept them boxed in and stifled their individuality. When someone close to you tries something new, it can be intimidating, and you might be tempted to punish or discourage them. But here's the thing: if it's a new endeavor for them, it's fragile, and punishment can crush it, just like how you can train a dog to avoid its food dish by hitting its nose with a newspaper. So, what's the alternative? Well, you could help your wife work through her problems, but here's the tricky part: you might not even know what her problem is, and she might not either. She's talking to you because she's trying to figure it out. This is something you often see in therapy, where people scatter their thoughts as they grapple with their issues. Carl Rogers had a great point about this. Just listening to people helps them unravel their problems. You can ask questions, and summarizing their thoughts can help too. It condenses their problem into a manageable form, and when you get it right, it shows that you've been listening attentively.